Oh, a little bit more, but then it does vary.
Yep.
All right. And I didn't watch the fatigue closely, so I didn't get a. And you got some low-level rewards.
That's cool.
It seems like the bow does. Okay, well let's watch the fatigue use next time.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
See which one increases it the most.
Let's. I'm gonna rest, get some
Yeah.
fatigue back. Where should we go?
Let's head to the forest.
Okay, forest. Oh, it's JoJo,
Oh yeah. Shit.
and he attacks level 4. Okay, so let's see. It's 34 now. We'll use the bow.
Yeah, bow first.
So that's
59.
15.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's about half of what the bite uses, and yet
Yep.
it does competitive damage.
Yeah. So a couple more training sessions. I'll be maybe
Yeah,
exclusively
but
thinking
you
about
know
that.
what the cost could be.
Yeah, well, it's the demon realm, You could go through a walk in the desert, Fucking get
Okay,
the same
and
result.
yeah, like right now you wouldn't be able to use the bite again, but you can use the bow.
Yeah.
Bam, you're too. Oh no, man. So
Ah,
yeah,
okay.
it's even though you have enough, it well whatever. Bam, it's gone.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh, but you didn't get a chance. Oh, 65 XP. That's not bad XP for a relatively easy opponent.
That's pretty good.
Let's see. By the
Hmm.
way, you have this level up thing, but that's just for perks. You won't qualify for another level for 400 more experience.
Right. Okay, let's rest up, get the fatigue down.
Okay,
Um, and then
oh,
what's that
time to
thing?
sleep.
Yeah, let's head to Ladre. I want to see like how much money I'm gonna need to upgrade a weapon. Cause
Okay, wing
I do.
sticks.
Yeah.
These are one-shot items.
Oh, okay.
Claymore is 1,000.
Yeesh.
This is 1,600. 500 for a katana. Spear's cheap. Gauntlet's cheap. Staff is a magic user's weapon.
Right.
And then the whip.
I'm trying. I wonder if a katana would be better than the sword I have.
It has attack 10. Your
Ooh.
current weapon has attack 12, the beautiful sword.
Oh, okay. Well, I might as well just fucking
Also, you
stick
have
with it.
dyes. I'm going to sell the dyes if it's alright with you.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm not gonna use them.
Taladre, pawn. Sell all.
There's
Alright.
9 more gems and okay. All right, let's go back to exploring and hopefully we can get closer to another level at some point. Let's go to the deep woods again. Let's have
Okay.
a look.
Oh, it's Akbal.
Hmm. Shit, dude. I feel like he's going to be much higher level than me. Um, shit. Fight. Fuck it. I want to see what his level is.
Okay, you prepare your beautiful sword. He's the same level as you.
Ah, okay. Killer. Okay.
Use a bow.
Yeah. Go for the bow. Nice.
Uh, okay, he used a lust attack. You hit him for 47, and that was a pretty good hit. A quarter of his
Mhm.
health.
All
Oh
right.
wait, shit. He used a. It's not a lust
Keep right
attack.
on.
It's a stun.
All you can do is try to recover. Ah, fuck. Okay. Recover. You're whispering in your head. What a dick.
Oh,
It's a
he's
dick
healing
move.
himself.
Oh, for fuck's sake. You're going to do
Okay,
that
but you're
too?
you're back. But you're still at good health.
Okay. Hit him with the bow again.
50.
Next.
And
Hopefully
he
he won't do
raked
that
you with his
shit again.
claws, but didn't seem like it did much of anything. Maybe it's a damage over time or poison or some shit.
Yeah.
Oh, 58. That's not bad.
No. Try a. Hit him with the bow one more time. Go ahead.
Okay.
And then
61. Oh, dude,
try
he's down to 11%.
try a regular attack. Just I want to see what kind of damage I would do with that.
Okay, he healed himself a little bit, but he's about a third.
Fucking.
Okay.
Jeez.
Your plate mail stops.
8.
Yeah, but your plate mail stopped his damage. That was a glancing blow from you, but let's try. 19. Oh, he burns you with fire, but your health's still good. He's
Yeah.
pretty low.
Yeah, I think I've got him. Let's. Do I have enough for another bow hit? Or am I
No.
too tired? I didn't think so. All right, so just.
I don't know if you wait. Oh yeah, it doesn't. I don't. It just gives you regular fatigue back. So
Yeah.
7. Man. Bam.
Okay.
9.
But yeah, fatigue decreases 1 per round. Is that what that is?
Looks like it.
Okay. All right.
2 fatigued.
Yeah.
Bam. Oh, there you go.
Oh, nice.
43. Bam. 62 XP. Well, that's the same. You
15
got
gems.
almost a little bit more than JoJo, who was a complete wimp. And you got an Incubi draft. And
Okay.
15 gems. Okay, that's not bad. So you know you can beat him if you're
Yeah.
in good shape when you go into the fight.
Pretty good loot. Okay. All right. Yeah, rest up.
Oh, shit. Oh, that's
What?
right. Now I remember. It was the Drider. Because when you went to sleep, you gave birth to the eggs.
Oh, okay.
That's right. The green. Okay, that's okay. So that's right. You were already pregnant with eggs when you got the butt baby from the satyr.
Your newborn children glance at you, chittering happily before they scurry off in the direction of the swamp. Now that's beautiful to me. They're just born, they look at me and go, "We're gonna leave now, forever."
Yeah.
Fucking, there's a tear rolling down my cheek right now. That's
Yeah.
fucking
Okay, that's why I didn't remember, because this was a pregnancy from before.
Jesus Christ, the demon realm has made me a real apathetic prick. Okay.
Yeah.
I blame the demon realm. I'm not going to blame the several years I've been alive and been a prick.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, rest up. Plenty
Oh,
fatigue.
did you watch that? Well, of course, you didn't watch this. Someone linked in the chat, the Skype chat we have with the guys at Untitled Studio, and they linked something to a show that Anna Kasparian has. It's like a spin-off with her as the host.
Oh, I bet that's awesome.
Oh yeah, it is. And then it's all women, of course, because it's like you can't have some horrible male voice ruining everything when you have a show
Gross.
that's focused on women's issues. And there was this girl, and I talked about this on like the Dark Souls stuff we did, which gets shit ratings. I don't know if I'm even gonna keep doing it.
Right.
It's so sad. But anyway, this girl went on. She went to some bar, and they said, "Well, we'll give a vacation to a girl who sucks 24 cocks at this bar," and so she did it. And then
What?
it turns out
Wait. Sorry. What?
Yeah, they
They're
said
just
that
like giving away prizes for like somebody sucking dicks, or
Yes.
is that what I heard?
and
Okay.
it turns out that the vacation is just a drink that's called the vacation. It's not an actual paid vacation in terms of a
All right,
journey.
this sounds like a really shitty thing to do to somebody.
Well, but then one of the co-hosts is like, "Well, I guess she's partially to blame." It's like
What?
partially to blame.
Oh wow. What in the what the fuck, dude? Like,
Yeah.
okay, like wait. This sounds like somebody should be like in trouble or something. Like,
You'd think so.
like I don't know. Like, so if you like blow enough people, will give you a vacation, but the vacation's a drink, and then they find that out after they're done.
I guess so. Maybe they already knew it was a drink and thought it was just worth it.
Oh yeah, there's a drink that's worth that.
Yeah.
Shit, dude, that's fucked.
But I mean, it's like, okay, it's just I was blown away by the reaction of that host. Is she's saying, "Well, I guess she's partially to blame," and she was the one who was hardest on her. The rest were like, "Nope, it's everyone's fault but hers." She was just this poor thing, just was lured into the situation where she was drunk, and yeah, okay,
Huh.
yeah, personal accountability is dead.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Nobody's responsible for anything they do anymore. It's all society.
and it's really fucking weird though, because I look back at all this shit that I've done in my life, like under the influence of many different drugs and alcohol, and like I'm going like never when I was like retelling the story of whatever it was I did, and there are many stories. But like never when I was like talking to a group of people and I was like, and then I went in there into the store and then I did the worm dance on the floor in front of a bunch of strangers and after that it was all blur and then the cops showed up. Like whatever it is, right? I never went, those motherfuckers that gave me that beer. Those absolute cocksuckers. Those pieces of shit. You know, I mean, what were they thinking giving me beer? What were they thinking giving me LSD? Those assholes.
Yeah.
Right? It was always like, I was an idiot back then. That's like my go-to phrase was like, I was a real piece of shit. Like, you should have seen me. Right? It's always really introspective. It's like never like, how dare they? And I don't know where that starts. Like, where does someone develop this mentality where they start going, how dare they, instead of, you should have seen me.
Yeah.
Like, there's no more introspection at all. It's really bizarre.
Yeah, and I mean, there's such a double standard along gender lines. It's just ridiculous. I mean, it's like all you have to do is just say, oh, by the way, the person who did all that stupid shit happened to be female. It's like, oh, that poor thing.
Right. Yeah, and if you're a fucking woman, why does that not piss you off when people do that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, no, I mean, in the actual comment section, I think there was a pretty I don't know, bicameral condemnation of the girl. Just like, well, she was just fucking, you know, senseless, you know, and they were all taking on the host. It was basically the host against almost everyone else. So there are people with some common sense left in the world.
Sure, but it's just, I mean, there are situations, like, everybody blows everything like way out of proportion. Where, like, there are situations where people are victimized. Yeah, those things happen, right? But not every fucking thing that happens to a person can be chalked up to that. Sometimes you're a fucking idiot. You make poor decisions, and that's what happened. Right? Like, I don't know. Like, I always do that thing. It's just with me personally. Like, I always do the thing where, like, what could have I done to make this situation better for me? Like, and what will I do and do not do, and all that shit in the future. And that's just the way I think. I don't understand the whole projection thing where, like, everything that happens to me happens because somebody else was fucking with me. Right? Like, and that's pretty much where it goes. Like, there's there's no fine line between when you're responsible and when you're not. There's no fine line. It's never really a blurred fucking confusing area. And I've had this conversation with people, and I've never been presented with a situation, hypothetical, right, where I'm confused as to who's at fault.
Yeah.
I've never been presented with that. It goes back to the idiots that make the argument, the religious people that make the argument that without God, then nothing is definitely or objectively immoral, right?
Yeah.
Which is bullshit. Many things are objectively fucking immoral.
Well, and the thing is, objective, subjective. Sometimes it's just plain clear.
Right.
You know, away from all of, like, the philosophy 101 dropout, lexicon of bullshit rhetoric, okay? Objective, subjective. Sometimes it's just clear cut, open and shut, dead to rights. It's this person's fault.
Well, and I'm not even talking about fault. I'm even talking about, like,
causal connection.
That and just wrong, right, moral, immoral. Those are concepts that you can actually measure by the result of your actions. It's not difficult. Like, I've also, and the reason I thought about this with what we're talking about is, I've also never been presented with a moral dilemma I could not resolve instantly.
Yeah.
It's never been done. Right? And you hear all these weird little, like, fucking exercises that people do on each other, and they go, well, what if, and then you can only save one person, and they're all drowning. Well, and I always have an answer immediately. There's never any thought.
Yeah.
It's like, well, then I would do that. And they always give you the same look, like, oh shit. Like, fuck me, that took me 3 weeks to figure out. Well, why?
Yeah.
It's always obvious the right thing to do if you understand that the things you do have an impact.
Yeah.
And you measure that impact. There's only 3 ways to measure the impact: positive, negative, neutral. Those are the 3 ways to measure the impact of anything that you may do in your life.
Yeah.
Period.
All right, now, okay, so there's this situation, and people are going to die, and you can only save one. By the way, this happens all the time. This is a real thing. It's not just some bullshit that will never possibly come up.
Right. You can only save one? Well, that's a bummer, but I'll do it. Yeah, but who do you save? I don't know. Whoever I can.
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck are you asking me here? Like, is there a wrong answer? Do you save the kid? Do you save this person? Do you say, no. It depends. What information do I have at the moment I'm making the decision?
Yeah.
Right? There's a kid here, and there's an adult. Is that all the information I have? Yes. Well, then I'll probably go for the kid. Well, there's a kid here who's basically a shithead and who will probably not amount to anything because his parents are beating the shit out of him. And then there's this guy over here who's really intelligent microsurgeon. Yeah, I'm going with the surgeon.
Oh, that reminds me. have you heard of this movie called Lucy?
Yeah, dude, I've been making fun of that movie for a long.
The way she goes into the hospital and just puts a bullet right in the guy on the table and throws him off. It's like, you wouldn't have been able to save him anyway. Well, then why did you feel the need to shoot him?
Right. Well, yeah, that and the whole 10% of your brain thing is funny to me.
Oh, that movie was written by some of the most scientifically illiterate people outside the young Earth creationist movement. I mean, that movie is to young Earth creationists what like those cliche religious films are to skeptics. I mean that is for every like Nephilim Free and Ken Ham and all of these guys to go and like Kent Hovind, they'll all go to the theater together, pop some popcorn, and laugh at how stupid the evolutionists are, because that is just admittedly the stupidest take on what. I mean, anything about any of the concepts that movie is supposed to deal with. I mean, if I wasn't able to look at Scarlett Johansson for most of the movie, and then they have her like disintegrating and her face melting off. Thanks for that, by the way, Hollywood.
Oh yeah, good shit.
It's like, so. I mean, it's funny. Okay, you're looking at this beautiful blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman, and then suddenly her face starts to slough off. And I think, I've been in some pretty weird places on the internet, and even they usually warn you if there's going to be Guro.
Right.
But no warning. It's just
the thing about Scarlett Johansson and everybody being in love with her pisses me off, by the way. And I'll tell you why. Because I was fucking in love with Scarlett Johansson before anybody knew who her fucking name was. And it really aggravates the fuck out of me that like everybody's just like, God damn, she's beautiful. She's so, and she is. Don't get me wrong. But god damn it, I was ahead of all of you again.
Yeah.
Like Ghost World. Have you ever seen that?
Yes.
Okay.
But only because you recommended it to me.
Oh, okay. When that movie came out and she was in it, I was like in love with her, man. Like back then, I was like, she is fucking gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. And nobody knew the fuck she was. Like, it's a chick from Ghost World. They're like, the chick from what? Right? And that was that, right?
I feel the same way about Jessica Alba when she was on Dark Angel.
Oh, okay. Now that, I was way out of the loop on that, too. Like,
Is the Dark Angel was a show that I think was supposed to be loosely based on the Battle Angel comics, or if it wasn't, it borrowed heavily from them and didn't give credit. Like, it has, like, the same characters. She's basically Alita, and then that guy is basically the Doctor. But they're genetically, like, improved super people instead of cyborgs, which was the original plot of this post-apocalyptic steampunk kind of thing.
Killer. But
and
also,
Jessica Alba, when she was younger, she looked different, and she was much more in the cute range than the hot range. What you typically, she wasn't like,
sure.
Poster on your wall look. She was really much more girl next door. Much, I don't know.
Oh,
better.
dude, yeah, Jessica Alba's a fucking cute girl, man.
Yeah.
But like the Ghost World, first of all, is a good movie. It's just a good movie. Like if you want to watch it, fucking watch it. But the thing about it was like, she had the best line. Like her personality in that movie was fucking funny to me because it matches the kind of like people I usually get along with.
Yeah.
And she was just like, they're in the diner, and it was for some reason it was one of my favorite parts of the whole movie. The Weird Al guy, the waiter with the curly hair, comes out, and she's like, "Can we call you Weird Al?" And he's like, so cool. He's like, "I would imagine so." And then he walks off, and the girls start talking about him like fucking girls do, right?
Yeah.
She's like, what do you think of our waiter? And Scarlett Johansson just looks at her friend and just goes, I want to make love to him. and that was the funniest fucking line to me ever. And her friend goes, I'm going to tell him you said that. And she looks at her like, I know that you are. Please don't. Like, which I could relate to. So as my friends, like when I was in high school age, shit, like would do shit like that to each other all the time. It was a constant contest to see who could torture the other one the most. And we would literally go out of our way to just actually ruin your entire situation. Like, you're on a date, we're going to show up at the fucking restaurant and put our ass against the window.